students. I am Professor Godge from EITC department. I am from South Sundarbai Manigarh Polytechnic SAS, Ahmednagar. Okay. So in today's session, we are going to study about our first practical of our subject, that is how to measure the amplitude and frequency using CRO. Okay. So what is CRO? The CRO is cathode ray oscilloscope. So why we use CRO to measure the amplitude and frequency? Because on the CRO we can measure the waveforms of any kind. Means sine wave, square wave, triangular wave. All these waveforms we can measure on the CRO. Okay, and easily we can measure the amplitude and frequency on the CRO. So let's see one by one how to measure the amplitude and frequency on the CRO. Okay, so this is the waveform. So from this waveform, we can measure the amplitude as well as frequency. So let's see first how to measure the amplitude of any waveform. Okay. So for the measurement of amplitude, first we have to calculate how many blocks this waveform contains. Okay. So this waveform has total 2 blocks, and this one block has total 5 divisions. Okay. So these divisions are 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1. Okay, so this is total 1 block. Okay, so after this one, the divisions are 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8 and 2. So these are total complete 2 blocks. Okay, so for the measurement of amplitude, first we have to calculate the total blocks. Okay, so this is the highest peak or the highest amplitude of this waveform, and it has a complete 2 blocks. Okay, so we have two nodes on CRO. First node is voltage per division. Okay, so this node is for amplitude measurement, and the second node is time per division. Okay, so why these two nodes are used? The voltage per division node is used to measure the amplitude, and the time per division node is used to measure the time period. Okay, so to measure the amplitude, we have to use this voltage per division node. Okay, so these vertical blocks are 2 blocks. Okay, so for the amplitude measurement, we have to multiply these 2 blocks with this voltage per division node. Okay. Suppose this voltage per division node is first set on 0.5 volt. Okay. There are the number of divisions. So this is 0.5, then 1, then 2, 3, 4, like this. Okay. So if our voltage per division node is set on 0.5 volt, then we have to multiply these two blocks into this 0.5 volt. Okay. So the calculation becomes 1. Okay. So this 1 has unit volt. Why we use this 1 volt? Because the unit of amplitude is volt. We measure the amplitude in voltage. So the multiplication or the calculation comes on this multiplication is 1, and the unit for this is volt. Okay. So this is the calculation for amplitude. Similar calculation for time period. Okay. So to measure the time period, first we have to see the how many blocks these waveforms contain. Okay. But first we have to see what is frequency. Okay. Frequency means the number of cycles completed in 1 second. Okay. So this is the total complete cycle. Okay, and this cycle or this waveform contains total 4 blocks. That is this first block, this second block, this is third block, and this is the last block. Okay, means their total divisions are first block has total 5 divisions. Second block also has 5 divisions. Similar third and fourth means 5 and 5 divisions. So this total are 20 divisions and 4 blocks. Okay, so to measure the time suppose this time per division knob is set on 2. Okay, this time per division knob is set on 2. Then we have to multiply these 4 blocks with this 2. Okay, so the calculation comes, what is these 4 blocks into 2. 4 into 2 is 8, like this. Okay, so this is the measurement of frequency. But here we only measure the time period. Okay, we cannot directly measure frequency from this waveform. So for that purpose, first we have to measure the time period, and from that time period we can measure the frequency. Okay, so for that purpose, the formula for frequency is F is equal to 1 upon time period. Okay, so what is the time period? That is 8 milliseconds. Okay, so just simply put this 8 milliseconds in this formula. So F is equal to 1 upon 8 milliseconds. Okay, so whatever the calculation comes from this is nothing but our frequency, and this frequency is in hertz, because the unit of frequency is hertz. Okay, so this is the observation table for amplitude and frequency measurement. So let's see. First is the number of vertical divisions. The number of vertical divisions means this total vertical divisions. Okay, so there are total 2 blocks. Okay, so these are 2. Then Y gain is what? This is voltage per division. So this is our voltage per division now. Currently it is set on 0.5. Okay, so this is 0.5. So just simply multiply this Y gain, that is voltage per division now, with this number of vertical divisions. So the multiplication comes is 0.5 into 2, that is 1 volt. Okay, so this is the final calculation of this amplitude, that is 1 volt. Okay, similar to amplitude, we measure the frequency. Okay, so this is the number of horizontal divisions. So here total horizontal divisions are 4 divisions. Okay, so these are the 4 divisions. Then X gain, that is your time per division mode. So currently your time per division mode is set on 2. Okay, so because of this right here 2. So just simply multiply these 4 blocks into this time per division mode, that is 4 into 2. So 4 into 2 is 8. Okay, so this 4 into 2 is 8. And just simply put this calculation of this multiplication in frequency formula. So what is the formula for frequency? 1 divided by time period. So 1 divided by 8. This is our frequency in hertz. Okay, so this is the overall setup how to measure the amplitude and frequency using CRO. So why we use CRO, or what is the application of this CRO? So we use this CRO or DSO in different applications. So the main or the major application of this CRO is we use this CRO in medical applications, then in TVs. Okay, why we use in medical or in TVs? Because from those waveforms we have to calculate the time periods, okay, or the amplitudes. So this is the major application of CRO. Why we use this CRO in these major applications. Okay, thank you. So after that, we see the actual practical setup, how to calculate the amplitude as well as frequency on CRO. Okay, thank you.
So this is the actual practical setup of the measurement of amplitude and frequency on CRO. So this is the function generator. Why we use function generator? To give the input to CRO as a 0 to 20 megahertz of frequency and up to 20 volt peak to peak voltage. So there are frequency knob, amplitude knob, then the waveforms and frequency. This is the on off button for function generator. Okay, so this frequency is hertz and in kilohertz. Okay, and these are the function buttons. Function button means these are the waveform buttons. This is a square wave, this is sine wave, and this is a triangular wave. Okay, this is called as CRO, that is cathode ray oscilloscope. So there are multiple buttons on the CRO. This is a 2-channel CRO. Okay, 2-channel means we can measure the waveform on this channel also or this second channel also. Okay, so for that purpose there are 2 voltage per division knobs. So this voltage per division knob is for channel A and the second voltage per division knob is for channel B, and this is the common time per division knob. If we have to select any one channel from the 2 channels, we can use this channel 1 and 2 button. Okay, to vary the positions, that is X position and Y position. Y position means this vertical position and X position means this horizontal position. So for that purpose there are 2 knobs. This is Y position knob and this is X position knob. So this Y position knob and this X position knob is for channel A, and this Y position second knob, but the X position knob is same for both the channels. So this Y position and X position is for channel A, and this Y position 2 and this X position knob is for channel B. Okay, so let's see how to measure the amplitude and frequency of the waveform. So we selected this sine waveform. Okay, so this is a sine waveform. If we have to measure the square waveform, then just simply press this button, that is a square waveform. Okay, so we can vary the amplitude as well as frequency of this waveform by using these knobs. If we have to vary the time, we can vary the time from this time per division knob. Okay, and from this voltage per division knob, if we connect this probe to channel 1, then we can vary only and only this knob of voltage per division. Okay, why this? Because we use the channel 1. Okay, so from this knob you can vary the amplitude of this waveform. So this is the square wave. Then this is the triangular wave. Same for triangular wave. If we have to measure the time, we can change it from this time per division knob. If we have to change the amplitude or magnitude of this triangular waveform, we can change it from this voltage per division knob. Okay, so we have to measure the sine wave. So this is the sine wave. First we set it to the proper position. Okay, so this is the Y position knob and this is X position knob. So this is the proper setting of this waveform. From 0, how many blocks or how many divisions are there? Let's see. This is a 0 line. Okay. Then 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8 and 1. After 1, 1.2, 1.4 and 1.6. Its maximum amplitude is at 1.6. Okay, so these total vertical divisions are 1.6. 1.6 into this voltage per division knob is now set at 0.1. So the 1.6 into 0.1, whatever the calculation comes, it is in volts, because here is volt. So from this to 0.05 it is a volt, and from this to this it is a millivolt. Okay, so the calculation of 1.6 into 0.1 is our amplitude in voltage. Okay, so the next for frequency. So for frequency, first we have to calculate the time period. For time period, we have to measure the one complete cycle of waveform. So this is the total complete cycle of the waveform. How many blocks are there total? 2 blocks. 2 blocks for positive half cycle and 2 blocks for negative half cycle. Okay. But these are not complete 2 blocks. For positive half cycle there are 2 blocks, means there are 10 divisions. 5 plus 5 means these are the 2 blocks. And for the negative half cycle there are how many divisions? 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8 and 3. Then 3.2 and 3.4. So here the total waveform is completed for one half cycle. Okay. So this is total 3.2. So for the measurement of time period, we have to multiply this 3.2 with time per division knob. So this is the time per division knob. Currently it is on 10 millisecond. Okay. So this green is on the 10. So this 3.2 into 10 milliseconds. Whatever the calculation comes, it is in milliseconds. Why milliseconds? Because it is a time. Okay. And from the time period, we can calculate the frequency. So for the frequency measurement, the formula is F is equal to 1 upon T. Okay. So whatever the calculation comes from this multiplication, that is 3.2 into 10, we can divide it by 1. So 1 divided by this time period gives us a frequency. Okay. Thank you.